What's up guys, it's Chris Majestic, and with the death of the SmartThings ADT security system that I've had for a few years, I've been looking for a security system that supports 24/7 monitoring. So when Wyze hit me up and asked if I wanted to check out their new Wyze home monitoring system, I figured it was perfect timing to test out this system. So if you're not familiar with Wyze, they've become really popular over the last few years with their unbelievable $25 security camera that I reviewed back in 2019. Since the release of that camera, Wyze has been on a mission to produce quality smart home products at an affordable price, including the new Wyze Cam V3, which is even better than the V2 with water resistance, better optics, and greater night vision for around $30. So following their mantra of affordable smart home products, Wyze just released their new home monitoring system. Now, of course, it seems like everybody has been making security systems lately, but what makes this one stand out from the rest? Well, aside from affordable equipment pricing, Wyze has done something that seems unbelievable yet again. While everyone else charges anywhere from $15 to $30 a month for their 24/7 live security monitoring service, Wyze is offering 24/7 monitoring for just $5 a month. I don't even know how they can even profit from any of this. So it looks like a US-based professional security partner named Noonlight will be doing the actual monitoring. Now, if you're like me, you're probably thinking that with a $5 monthly fee, there has to be a catch. Well, believe it or not, there's no catch, and you don't even have to pay for a full year up front to get that price. So now you're probably thinking they make up for it in the equipment pricing. Well, it's currently on sale for just $88 right now, which is absolutely insane. And if you choose to pay $60 for a full year of home monitoring service up front, you get 50% off the equipment, which drops the kit down to $40. This means you can get a full security system and a full year of 24/7 monitoring for around $100. And to top it all off, that $5 a month also includes a Cam Plus license for one camera. This gives you unlimited cloud recording, person, package, and vehicle detection if you have a Wyze Cam. Alright, so the pricing on the equipment and service is clearly insane, but what about the quality of the system? So here with me today is the core starter kit. So in the box you get the wireless base station, which is much smaller than I anticipated, a few Wyze home monitoring decals, a user manual, a battery operated keypad with batteries pre-installed, 2 entry sensors for your doors or windows, a motion sensor, and a few mounting screws. And you can get additional motion sensors for around $15 each, or you can get a 3-pack of entry sensors for around $30. So the Wyze Sense Hub is about 4 by 4 inches. It's powered using an included micro USB adapter and has Ethernet as well as Wi-Fi if you couldn't tell by the antennas. The hub also has a built-in battery backup, so it stays up for several hours if you lose power. And it also has a built-in speaker/siren that's built into the top, as well as a few indicator lights that remind me of the Google Home Mini. And the included motion sensor is also pretty small, measuring at just over 2 by 2 inches, and I'd say it's one of the better designs as far as motion sensors go. And the entry sensors also have a nice design, even though they are a little bigger than some of the other systems out there. And both the motion and entry sensors use AAA batteries. The entry sensors use 1 battery and the motion sensor uses 2. Now, I've set up quite a few security systems over the past few years, and I have to say this is definitely one of the easiest systems to set up. All you do is download the Wyze app and follow the prompts. I had the base station and all of the sensors synced up in less than 10 minutes, and I didn't run into any issues. And the process for installing the sensors is pretty much the same as most systems. You install your motion sensors around 7 feet up in the corner of your rooms using the included double-sided tape, and place your entry sensors on your doors and windows. Once all your sensors are in place, you can put the system in test mode to make sure everything is working properly. And there's several settings you can access in the app. You can adjust the volume on the hub, siren duration, entry and exit delays, add security camera alerts for up to 5 cameras, determine which sensors will work in home or away mode, and set up your PIN and safe word for the dispatch. You can also set up some basic automations in the app, such as turning on a certain Wyze light bulb or plug when the door opens, creating a schedule for notifications, or turning your cameras on or off. Alright, so how does this system work? Well, you can arm the system using either the keypad or the app. Once the system is armed and the exit countdown finishes, the system is armed using the sensor settings that you specify. So when your alarm is triggered, if you have an entry delay, it'll count down from that delay and then the alarm will sound. And within 5 seconds, you should get a notification on your phone. And after about 30 seconds, a noon light dispatcher calls your phone. And if you don't give them the safe word or if you don't answer the phone, then Wyze claims that a dispatcher will send local emergency services to your home after about 60 seconds. And while testing this system, it worked just as I expected. There were no major delays when opening a door, and I was really impressed by the motion sensor. With the sensitivity set to high, it was able to pick me up from well over 30 feet away, which is better than I can say about a lot of motion sensors. Alright, so overall things went pretty close to what I expected, and you might be thinking this system is perfect. Well, if you know me, you know that I'll tell you no product is perfect, and this system is no exception. Now keep in mind that this is brand new, and this is Wyze's first attempt at a security system, so some of these issues Wyze plans to address really soon, or they may consider addressing them sometime in the future. So the first limitation I want to talk about is that this system doesn't have a cellular backup. Now, if you're wondering how they were able to make the monthly cost so low, this is definitely it. So what this means is that if an intruder cuts you off from the internet, the hub will have no way of contacting the dispatcher or emergency responders. Now, the hub does have a battery backup, which helps in case of a power outage, but if you don't have your wireless router or modem connected to a UPS or battery backup, then that's not going to work anyways. And the next limitation is that it doesn't support geofencing. This means that there's no way for the alarm to arm automatically when you leave the house or disarm when you arrive. And this brings me to my next point, which is the lack of third-party integration. So it's not supported by Amazon Alexa, the Google Assistant, IFTTT, Home Assistant, or any other smart home platform. The next limitation is the lack of hardware support, and my biggest gripe with this system is probably the siren. I believe the decibel level is somewhere in the 70s, which in my opinion is just not loud enough to do a good job of scaring off an intruder. I actually think the entry and exit delay sound is louder than the siren. Now, this wouldn't be such a big deal if they offered external sirens that could be added to the system, but they don't. This might not be a big deal for some people, but for people with big houses, I think Wyze might need to reconsider developing an add-on siren. Also related to hardware is the lack of support for the Wyze doorbell and door lock, which are both pretty awesome. This is another thing that Wyze plans to address in the future, but at this time they are not supported in this system. And the last limitation I want to talk about is that it only supports up to 5 cameras. This is another thing that Wyze may be addressing sometime in the future. And while we're on the topic of cameras, it's also important to note that motion from the camera can trigger an alert on your phone, but the cameras can't be used to trigger the alarm. If I had to guess, I would suppose that there might be some concerns about false alarms, so they'd rather rely on the motion sensors instead. Overall, I do have to say that this is a pretty good system for the money. It does have a few limitations, but considering the price and the fact that some of these can be easily addressed, I think it's definitely worth considering for small houses or apartments. The crazy low cost of the equipment and $5 a month is low enough that nobody should be using cost as an excuse for not having a security system with 24/7 monitoring. If you're interested in installing your own security system and you want something that's super easy to set up and won't break the bank, the Wyze Home Monitoring System is a great option. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, as always, go ahead and make sure you mash that like button for me. Also, don't forget to leave your questions and comments in the comment section. I'll respond to your questions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.